The front of the rim, but the rebound into the hands of Kobe Johnson.
Kobe Johnson's just one of those guys, Kevin, that does a lot. How this UCLA team is set up.
Bilodeau inside, able to get that shot up off the window and draw the foul. He'll go to the line for a chance.
State and Michigan have played really tough schedules. And Oregon's confidence.
Back to Bilodeau. They knock it away, able to get it back into the hands of Sky Clark, who will attack.
Because it turns out, Kevin, defense travels to games against each other now that they're in different conferences. You know, stay open in the corners as well. If you can get it to those areas, if you can make some shots.
And one more off the front end.
Mick Cronin told you and I, Kevin, before the game was, you know, more attention to rebounding, especially offensive rebounding. That should have been a 1-and-1 then, right? Not a. I like to use the term, Kevin, let's move on when we see something that we don't agree with in the game.
Prairie View A&M outscored 14-1 over the last 4 minutes and change. Now down 26-8. Tough shot for Tillman with the lefty. UCLA. Here's Nick Anderson on the drive inside. Count that bucket and a foul.
He was outside the restricted area. Is he not? Oh, he's a secondary defender. You have.
So Hill set himself to the bench as Nick Anderson converts on the. A little bit in that Arizona game. We've seen it time and time again. 3 and 4 fouls that have limited his effectiveness. Tillman with the corner three, and you're going to be limiting his effectiveness at the end of games.
Might not be able to play.
Yeah. Good drive and finish. Tanaj Petway. Tyler Bilodeau after the foul on Petway. And one more. That'll bring be an opportunity for Prairie View A&M, but here's Anderson. He's going to think about trying to score again. He'll get to the rim and gets the kind roll.
Just to the rim.
10 on the shot clock. Johnson using Bilodeau to screen off some defenders, gets 2.
No doubt, Kevin, that UCLA is going to score enough points to win this game. The margin of victory is going to be how much they defend. Down for very long. Tough kid.
Well, your mom was a pro basketball player for almost a decade. Your dad was an NHL.
My dad's watching. I better get up.
I am not going to lay on this court for very long.
I said earlier in the season that the key for him is going to be able to read defenses.
Defense turning into offense as
in attack. And Daly, good catch on that. He was a little off balance and was able to. So they're capable.
Bush to the free throw line. That jumper is true. All of a sudden, Prairie View A&M shooting. Johnson with the skip to Clark. Ivanovich. 10 on the shot clock now. Kobe Johnson to work. Spins down that left side with the left hand. Play in the half court. Dump it down. Bilodeau with a two-hand flush.
That work was standing right underneath the basket.
15 for Bilodeau. That's a good way to spark an offense. Horton backs it out to Bush for 3. And he splashes that one down. Great. Clark finding Bilodeau. He's accounted for 23 of the 39 points so far tonight between shots and assists. Clark will try the 3 and he drains it.
Oregon, so winning different ways as well. Forget the style.
But also showing that they're capable of doing that if they need to.
Right.
Clark inside, able to find the feed and get to the rim. To the locker room. Offensive rebound and the 3 for Andrews. Second chance, nets 3 in the Bruins.
You know what I've realized out here, Kevin, and you do the mid. Everything gets off the floor when he dunks balls. Just goes over the top of everybody on that one.
I've seen some Big Ten schools of late with 7'3" and over guys who are. Matt Painter knows where they grow those guys.
Yeah, apparently.
Here's Andrews off the shot fake. Dylan Andrews slithers inside for 2. And this 15 to shoot for Braylon Bush. He'll launch from deep. Deep 2 for Bush. 10 to shoot. Andrews, deep elbow jumper is true, and Andrews into double figures with 10.
He's been good at that since he's inside the line. Knocks that one in.
Ball tipped, and halftime arrives with a good defensive play from Sky Clark to break up any chance.
Only because they're turning teams over 18 and a half times a game, and you would think that the low major to high major discrepancy, they'd be turned over more.
What a good block inside, but Nick Anderson's shot falls into the hands of Ryan Bolton Jr. for 2.
A good look, Bilodeau recovered, but second chance opportunity. They get it to go.
Kobe Johnson back out to Bilodeau for three, and Bilodeau picking up where he left off.
It's so funny too, Kevin, how like this and UCLA finishes near the top or wins the Big Ten. He's going to be an all-conference player.
16-point UCLA lead. Here's Sky Clark, got a good look from three.
Back tap.
Yeah, nicely done by Stefanovic. He'll get it back and get two.
He's going to be a big factor for this UCLA team this year, no doubt.
Well, it was a major.
Had to do it, Kevin. Look, you know, man, Mick, he's talking.
The team that can steal a few away from home is going to be the team that ends up as the champion of this league.
Well, think about that. How about the UCLA win at Oregon already?
Already a huge win, and the three in the corner for Sky Clark gives you.
And that win, who knows, when we're talking in March about standings and all that.
Here comes Andrews, other end, and the easy lay-in for two more. He's got 12. And
earlier this month, I should say, you're way ahead of the game right now.
Because
towards January.
You stole one on the road, and there are a lot of
10 games of the year.
10 turnovers now tonight for Prairie View A&M. Everywhere he's been.
You know, going back to last year, we just had that conversation about last year's roster and this year's. The fact that fit your style, or you recruit really good players in the portal and figure out how you're going to play. But there's a lot of constants under Mick Cronin, and the defensive end is one of them.
Trent Perry with the three, and the freshman said something.
Yeah. It starts to overwhelm, and I think you're starting to see that here early in the second half.
UCLA gets the chance to reset. Here's Daly. Back out it goes. Andrews for three. And the Bruins start. Those UCLA teams being very good in the Coach K college basketball video game. And Jelani McCoy block shots there too.
Yeah.
Stefanovic ahead and finds Trent Perry for the two-hand flush. And the youngster fired up. He's got 7.
This time, and it has.
Prairie View A&M just trying to find any kind of a spark, and maybe it'll be provided from Jordan Till. Reminiscent of how the game began in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
But the split to the rim, and Dylan Andrews with an easy 2. He's got 17.
Is these minutes for Mara, these minutes for Trent Perry, like, don't waste them. You like for Mara
to do things like that.
Yeah.
And big minutes for some of these younger guys. Daly off the window, and the sophomore transfer from Oklahoma State.
Against another team, that improves your conditioning level more than anything. The minutes affecting the game more, defensively mostly, but also offensively finishing plays. And so he's playing catch up now, but games like this certainly get him a lot more caught up.
Real nice look inside to Zakir Sawyer, and that are scouted very well against that.
Exactly.
Kyle inside with the hammer. There it is, which is a relative thing, being real quiet with 17. Inbound to Johnson. Johnson muscles it in front of the rim, and he'll go to the line for one more. And I know the head coach was aware of Nick Anderson because that was the 30.
You got 4 fouls. Maybe
let it
just
go.
Let that rebound go.
Yeah, it's the fine line sometimes, isn't it, between I want to make sure I'm showing the effort that's required, but also being smart with that effort. Here's Kyle. Smart effort here. Gets the two-hand per game in his freshman year for Prairie View A&M. 1-9 and 9 straight on the road for this team. It'll be a goaltend. O'Brien. Kyle's tip caroms away. And the quick push ahead to Braylon Bush. The alley-oop and the hammer to Nick Anderson. 6:20 to go. The pivot, the jumper, that's pretty. Percent assist rate coming into play tonight. It's way up.
From sense that this wasn't a 5:50 to go.
Step back for Tillman, and that 3 is good if they get there tonight. 5:22 to go.
Back of this game, they're going to be like, what are Kevin and Don talking about, God's sake?
He played against William Kyle III. Came in 11 per game on this young. Most important, the score.
Yeah, it felt like it was just a matter of time. One of the weirdest things I've seen was last Saturday, UCLA at the foul line. Team going into that game and to go sub 50 per, and a very good foul shooter.
50 attempts on the year Blue in a Mick Cronin coach team. Nice hands, my goodness. That was a tough one to catch, not only to catch, but then.
You said it, go after the shot, come back, second jump, get the rebound.
Here's Andrews, out it goes to Harris, driving inside, and there's Dominic Harris. And over 100 now on the night for UCLA.
Harris hasn't played a lot, Kevin, and there's a lot of talk about him coming in and being like a sniper for this.
And then they get 3 days off when they come back for the Christmas break. Come back, I believe, on Christmas night this year. That's a really good team again, and a big team and a quality group of players and coaches.
Their three-point percentage down in the low 30s. They usually rely on that a lot, and it's just not, but bigger this year.
Here's Harris looking for his second made three of the year, and he finds it. Well, that's
pretty good, because you know you're the #1 line item on the scouting report. They know you're.
UCLA now with the most points they've scored since November 11 of 2016. You do have an opportunity here. 111 was the high water mark.
Good
on
pass.
A bounce, Perry to the rim, and he'll go to the line for two. Almost got the and one.
His skill level is awesome.
European influence in his game, the ability to pass like that.
Able to pass, be able to dribble. More so than
they were just unaware. My goodness. They're going to cradle it, and that'll end it. So 2 games with 111 points tonight.